Why is circumstantial evidence enough for a conviction? Imagine a puzzle with many pieces. Some pieces fit perfectly, but none show the full picture on their own. In court, circumstantial evidence is like those puzzle pieces. It does not directly prove a fact but helps build a case by showing how the pieces fit together. Circumstantial evidence includes things like motives, opportunities, or actions after a crime. For example, if someone is found near the scene of a theft with stolen items, that's circumstantial evidence. It suggests they might be involved but doesn't prove it directly. The law treats circumstantial evidence as just as reliable as direct evidence, which is evidence like eyewitness testimony or a confession. In court, the key is how the evidence is used. Prosecutors often present many pieces of circumstantial evidence that, when combined, form a strong chain pointing to guilt. Think of it like a trail of breadcrumbs leading to the suspect. If the evidence shows they had a motive, were seen near the scene, and had the means to commit the crime, it creates a convincing story. For a conviction based only on circumstantial evidence, the jury or judge needs to see that all the pieces fit together logically. They must be sure there is no reasonable doubt that the defendant is guilty. This means the evidence must be consistent and leave no other plausible explanation. If there is a reasonable doubt, then the case is not strong enough for a conviction. Circumstantial evidence also includes things like a person's behavior after a crime. For example, if someone suddenly sells a valuable item linked to a crime, that might suggest guilt. Or if they had the opportunity to commit the crime and no solid alibi, that adds to the case. The strength of circumstantial evidence is in how well it connects the dots. When multiple pieces point to the same conclusion, they can be powerful enough to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. This is why courts often relying on a combination of motives, actions, and circumstances rather than just direct proof. In the end, the reason circumstantial evidence can lead to a conviction is because it can create a clear, logical story. When all the pieces align perfectly, the only reasonable conclusion is that the defendant committed the crime. That's why, in many cases, circumstantial evidence is enough to send someone to jail or keep them there.